you doing? Alonzo Bodden. Well, you see him on everything. You've seen him on Leno, Letterman, Kilborn, and many others. He was the big winner on Season 3 of Last Comic Standing. Currently a panelist on Mind of a Man on the Game Show Network. This weekend you can catch Alonzo at the Parlor Live in Bellevue. Great comedy club. And for tickets to see one of America's top stand-up guys tonight or tomorrow, go to parlorlive.com or bobrivers.com where we have a link. Alonzo Bodden, welcome back to Bob Rivers Show. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm great. How you guys doing?
Good. You look great.
Thank you. The weather.
Isn't this something for visiting Seattle?
This is amazing.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 90 degrees today. This is what you guys put on the postcard. Then we move up here, and it rains every day.
Yeah. Then hopefully you sell at a loss in a down economy. So, well, first off, welcome. Are you enjoying the weekend here? Do you have any plans to get out?
Actually,
what are you going to do?
I am going. There's a fan/friend who's taking me on a flight today. Like he has a private plane, so we're going to fly around and see Seattle. Now,
you are gonna buy something here. Which
I haven't been up with him before, so I don't know if I'm going to make it back.
Oh,
you know,
how big of a plane is it? Is it a float plane?
He might be new at this.
Oh.
I don't know. No, I guess it's a small plane, like personal. It's not a private jet. He's not a Microsoft billionaire. So.
Oh, okay.
But it'll be fun.
But it's a beautiful Kavu day, a ceiling and visibility unlimited. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So I'm going to do that. Another time I was up here, I rented a motorcycle and went for a ride, which was good. It's beautiful up here. You got to go outdours and see it. A lot of trees.
Those things are called trees. You learned that on your third visit here?
Yeah, in L.A. we try to keep those away from the city.
You don't get much of that.
Well, we have the palm trees, but not all this green stuff. No.
We have a few palm trees, but that's only for the really, really rich. And I don't even know how they keep them alive, but I swear this is true.
There are a couple palm tree can live up here. They just usually don't.
Yeah, but if you fly around and you check out Mercer Island or some of these wealthier neighborhoods, you'll see some palm trees in some people's yards.
They might have their own heaters.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe
that's how much money you have.
Maybe that's what they do.
My trees.
Now you're here. I don't know if you watch the news from around here much, but you're here. The first comedy weekend possible where you could do another kind of tourism here, and that is the same kind of tourism that's been available in Colorado for the past year.
Yes, you guys. So it finally kicked in that the whole weed is legal thing, which is, California, we have medical marijuana. That's legal marijuana.
Right, and I saw that show Weeds, and basically that kind of made it legal anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, that prescription, you can get a medical marijuana prescription because you're stressing out over getting a medical marijuana prescription. It's literally that easy.
It's not that hard.
Yeah. You know, the thing about that show Weeds and all, you know how they catch those growers? An unusual amount of water being used. Like you're in a suburban house and your house uses 10 times the water that any other house on the block. They're like, they're growing something. And a lot of them get caught that way. So.
And here, it used to be power was the way they would get them. We have plenty of water, so nobody's really measuring. In California, you guys are about out of water.
Yeah, we're on a drought state. We're coming to get yours.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've heard.
Coming to get you.
And it makes them mad that the weed growers, both indoor and outdoor, are using a lot of water in a state where that's literally evaporating.
Wow.
These reservoirs.
Do you imbibe in that?
I'm retired.
You retired? I retired.
I'm retired. Yeah, I retired a long time ago. I have no problem with it, you know what I mean? But it's just not my thing anymore. But it's one of those things. I think it's going to be legal. They're just figuring out how to work out the money. Yeah. You know, between the tobacco companies, the liquor companies, and the government, they're like, all right, how are we going to divide this up? Mm-hmm. You know who loses out? The mob.
The mob.
Everything for an election.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Everything that used to be an illegal vice that they used to make money off of, the government has moved in on, right? Like gambling.
How's the dozen numbers game? What's the lottery ticket?
Kids, like, people don't even know what the numbers are anymore. Like that used to be their thing. Now it's a daily lottery. So now the government's like, there seems to be some money in this drug thing. How can we get involved?
Right.
Howard a heroin says, "What are you talking about? What's a pharmaceutical? You're killing me. You're killing me."
You know, that's true. Gambling is, kind of everywhere now.
Yeah, and even how shall we put it, the adult industry
At least we still got the hookers. Am I right?
much more legitimate now than it used to be, right? The whole, I mean, not prostitution, but the porn biz and all of that stuff, that's all legit now.
They get it for free on their computers.
Does the government get a good slice of that somehow? I guess they get taxes.
Yeah. It's employment.
You are watching the World Cup this weekend.
Oh, the World Cup.
Now, did Pedro tell you he's Argentinian?
Yes.
He did go through that.
15 times. He told me 15 times in 3 minutes that he's on. No, you know, the thing about the World Cup, it's fun to watch. We don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? The United States, like there's 10 million moms that wonder why everyone didn't get a trophy, because that's how you play soccer. I think it's big for Messi, right? Like LeBron is going, and I really think LeBron knows how Messi feels. Like, yeah, you're the best in the world, but you haven't won a championship, and everyone's looking at you. And LeBron went through that, a couple of years ago. So I think that's an interesting thing. But yeah, I can watch the World Cup even though I'm not a soccer guy, because they're the best in the world.
Right.
And you can literally see when they're playing, like, wow, this is, it's just on another level. So
and we have that. We have that, right, in the sense that the world doesn't care so much about the NFL, but when it's the Super Bowl, it's watched all over the world because it's the best. It's the big spectacle.
Yeah, it's the big game. So,
now, do you have a favorite
in the World Cup?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't have a horse in that race. I'm not one of those people. Like, there are a lot of Americans now that are suddenly calling it football and talking about the pitch, and I'm like, shut up. Don't you don't know a thing
Isn't
about
that like
stop it.
Trying to speak with a phony British accent.
Yeah. It's
when
like
the Beatles are big. Yeah.
Name one soccer player other than Messi. Pele? Yeah, shut up.
Right.
Shut up.
Yeah, there are a lot of fair weather soccer fans.
Yeah, I mean, I respect it. It's a great game. It's not our game. Culturally, we don't grow up with it, right? Our best athletes don't play soccer. Our best athletes probably play basketball first, I'd say football second, baseball, and then tennis. Soccer's way down.
You mentioned LeBron. I keep hitting my computer expecting an announcement or something. Are you interested in where LeBron James might play this
I'm
year?
really worried about LeBron making another $20 million next year. Listen, I got my own problems. LeBron's going to be okay.
Not worried about him.
It's this all this LeBron talk. He should get like a check from ESPN just for keeping them going.
Yeah.
Because he's not going anywhere. You're the best basketball player in the world. You're in your prime. You're going to leave Miami? Like, you're going to leave the hottest, sexiest city in the country where you can win championships and go back to Cleveland? Have you ever been to Cleveland? On its best day? No. Where's he going to go? I just don't see him.
I'm looking at your calendar. It doesn't look like you're in Cleveland next week or the week after, so that's probably good.
No, I'll be in Cleveland. I'll be in Cleveland in August, and I'll be, hey, where's LeBron? Oh, yeah, he's still in Miami.
They're going to love you.
Oh, I do that. I don't let them get mad.
While on basketball, I have to ask you, $2 billion for the Clippers. Steve Ballmer, former Microsoft executive. As a guy, this is your backyard. Is this exciting for you?
So the Clippers are so my team. I'm a big Clipper fan, and I have been for a long time. The thing about him paying $2 billion, it's that to him that's not a lot of money. Like they said when he paid it, he bought the Clippers. What was it, in May, I think? And they said he had made like $2.5 billion since the prior August, like in less than a year.
Just less than a year. Just that's how much his portfolio.
Yeah, that's how much he has. So they said
while being unemployed, he made that after he retired.
Right. One of the reasons they sold it to him is because there's no committee. He was like, $2 billion? Yeah, here's a check. What else do you need? So I think it's great to get rid of Donald Sterling. I don't know what he's going to do with the team, though. You know what I mean? Like, the team is great now. The team is hot. The $2 billion, I don't know if our ticket prices are going to go up. I don't know if he's going to, or
down.
They won't go down.
Yeah, because he is a businessman. Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting. But it's a good thing. It's good for LA. It's good for the NBA. You know, and the thing about the Clippers, sorry, and I've been a Clipper fan. The Clippers actually used to help me pick up women because I would tell them I played for the '89 Clippers because you can actually
because nobody knew anybody who had played for the
actually
'89
Google
Clippers.
the '89 Clippers and it comes up blank. They even Google doesn't know who played. That team was so bad.
And once a girl says, "Oh, I remember you," you know you're in.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
she's lying too.
Exactly.
Perfect.
But it's going to be interesting what happens with the team. But what happened with the Sterling thing, the Clippers became more of LA's team. Like LA kind of came together and supported them. Clippers have always been the stepchild to the Lakers. Mm-hmm. Even when the Lakers were bad, the people still liked them more. But this thing kind of made the city say, "Hey, wait a minute, that's our team you're talking about." And people came together and supported them.
It was an interesting human moment because here you have this extremely negative media event. But in a way, it created, I'm glad to hear you say that, it created a lot of value. It made the team worth an extra $1 billion. By the way, unfortunately, Donald Sterling made $1 billion by being a jerk.
I am not happy that racism is profitable.
It is.
I am really.
And this was the same problem back in the
right
plantations, is that it was profitable.
What is just so much
Every
money?
time someone's stock goes down,
Yeah.
I can hear GM now. No more Cadillacs for the black people. What?
What?
I'll give you $2 billion for GM just to give Cadillacs to black people.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. So you got that. Like he made more money because of that.
But you can't help that. You know what I mean?
can't,
That's
no.
one of those things and it's a very exclusive club. Like coming in, we were listening, and I heard you guys talking some about the 1%.
Right.
And owning a sports franchise, like that's a very exclusive club. I believe everyone who owns a franchise, they all know each other. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why it was easy to get rid of Donald Sterling. And I believe it wasn't the black and white, it was the green. It was like when State Farm and Kia and all were like, yeah, we're done with the Clippers, the other owners were like, yeah, Donald, we'll see you later.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You just cost us sponsors. You're out.
Because in the past, they probably knew he was a jerk, but as long as he kept it private, whatever.
Yeah, people knew it, but it was one of those things. It's like having a bad boss. You know, you have a job and your boss is a jerk, but you don't really encounter him on a day-to-day basis. He's not like Mark Cuban, where the owner of the team is always there.
Sitting courtside most of the time.
In most sports teams, you don't know who the owner is, or it's just a name, and to the players and to the organization, it's just some guy. You know, I mean, he was no doubt a jerk. Everybody in the Clipper organization has stories. Oh, back when I was playing. Oh, never mind. I was getting in my own lie.
Quick personal question. Pedro mentioned you're not dating at the moment. What does that mean?
Working a lot. Great.
Too much going on to actually have a woman in your life?
You know, years ago, they asked Louis Black about that because Louis and he said, I'm married to this. Mm-hmm. And I really got that when he said it. I feel the same way. I mean, it's travel. It dominates your time, and it is my love and my passion. Not to say that I'm not open to a relationship, but the idea of dating and all, it's difficult. It's like the woman's like, I want you home at 6:00. Really? I'll be home Tuesday. I don't know what happens at 6. So it's a different
career
kind of
is
vibe.
important. Yeah.
I don't know if you even remember this, Alonzo, because it was many years ago. We were all much younger at the time, but you came and visited our show, and we kind of gave you a playmate.
There were 3 playmates, and you gave me the one with the attitude.
Yeah.
That's good.
But
Remember that?
Define gave. She went on a date with him,
Yeah.
right?
We had these playmates as guests. We had Alonzo, and the playmate was like, I like that guy. And I said, well, we could probably work something out. He's a single guy, and you're still a single guy.
Yeah, that
Was that fruitful, that visit, or was it?
No, I'm telling you, it was. With all due respect to the lady, she was cool, but there were 3 of them, and she had kind of an attitude, and it was like, well, okay, because like you're a playmate. So what do you talk about? You talk about being a playmate and your looks, and what do you do? Like, what is it? And she was kind of like, what do you mean? What do you do? okay, we looked at you. Now what? You know?
Oh.
No, I didn't say that to her. But, you know,
No, but I mean, it doesn't sound like this went well.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. I remember that.
You were open to the idea, but you wanted a person to talk to.
No,
too.
I know women in that industry, whether it be not even like nude or naked, but just like models and women whose like their product is I'm beautiful, and most of them either it's like normal to them, like they're like you talk about it for a minute and get over it, or they have a sense of humor about it, you know. And this woman, she kind of took herself seriously, you know. It's one of those things that, it's like being a comic, you know. I love being a comic, but I'm not changing the world, you know what I mean. I met a woman, and she was a child's brain surgeon. She was a pediatric neurosurgeon, and she's talking to me about comedy. I'm like, really? Like, really?
She was. She was enamored of you.
It's like you operate on children's brains. Do you understand? I'm 2 steps ahead of a juggler. You operate on children's brains. Like, you win. Okay, that's, you know. Again, I love it, but you got to keep things in perspective. And
that's very cool of you.
Thanks for.
Alonzo.
If you have any more playmates,
we have one right here. Actually, we just brought you one.
Just dying to meet you.
All right. Well,
and this one knows what we should expect from her, as opposed to the last
now,
one. So this should go better.
Are you a pediatric neurosurgeon by any chance?
That's what he wants to meet this week. Yes, go ahead.
I'm actually a card dealer at a casino, and I'm a graduate student at UW.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Already she's got more personality than that other girl.
You know what's great about that? When you're dealing cards, they don't realize you're smarter than they are.
Very true.
Right? They
Yes.
don't. They just think you're a pretty girl in the outfit. I don't know if the casinos here, if it's like the Vegas thing where you wear the sexy kind of suit or whatever. Do you?
No, not quite. I wear just all black.
Okay.
Nice shirt, black pants, no bikinis.
Let me tell you, this was not planned at all. This is a former intern of ours, Lisa, who's just here for a visit. We were not planning this, but I think
she's not stalking you.
I think she's single. Are you single?
Oh, yes, I am.
You hooking me up with Lisa?
Well,
God.
Lisa, you coming over to the parlor?
Oh, wow. Joe, the matchmaker. It's a possibility.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
By the way, I'm not dating anyone. Well, you want to come to the parlor?
To the parlor. But honestly, that's how it is. It's like, do you want to go on a date? It's like, well, I'll be working.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like dating time, Friday and Saturday night. On the rare Friday or Saturday night I have off, I have no idea what to do. I'm like, what do civilians do on this? And this is not just me. This is amongst comics. Invariably on our night off, we end up at a comedy club. Because it's just
that's where you have to be.
Where do you go? I don't know. It's safe at the comedy club. All right, I'll go there. So I also like motorcycles, walks in the park, and rainy nights in Seattle. I don't know what I like.
Now, before we say you guys go hang out, have a cup of coffee or something, you heard how bad it went last time.
Yes, I did. I'm not quite sure. She was a playmate, though, so I don't know. Yeah, not much to talk about, maybe.
Well, Lisa is a conversationalist.
I have a question. This guy walking in taking pictures, does he work for you guys?
Nope.
Because this is the most random. Just walked in with a camera and started snapping. I'm like, hey, wait, this is a little creepy.
That's our intern Joshua, who,
All
by
right.
the way, we have very interesting people surrounding us. He's a Yale University student on summer break.
Excellent, John. Excellent. The people at Yale will be so proud of you.
A physics major.
Physics.
Why is he in a radio station?
You have the smartest people just hanging out randomly here. You don't get that at the comedy club. The guys hanging out randomly actually is a juggler.
The Parlor in Bellevue tonight and tomorrow. Alonzo, it's great to see you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for taking the time to come out here when you're in town. For ticket and information, go to bobrivers.com. We will have that for you. Alonzo, all the best. Coming up next, an amazing story.